Good afternoon. I'm just making sure you don't fall. You're stacked on some cushions. I wanted to be comfortable. I could put you on the we've got tall boy, and I could have put you on top of there, but I think it would have been quite high up, and I would have had to sit upright. So I thought this is going to be quite a longish video. So, hello. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. It's Monday, the 12th of February, and I am finally going to do my Q&A. I was meant to do it over the weekend. I worked most of it, didn't get a chance, and we're out then Saturday afternoon, and didn't get home till like quite late. So I'm doing it today. It's our first proper half term. We had an inset day on Friday. That was a fairly chilled day, but today we are having a very chilled day. We've just been out on Sydney's bike, and then now they're watching a film, and then I will get their dinner ready. So we've had a very lazy day, which is good. I think it's what they needed. So tomorrow we will do something a bit more exciting. So I've gathered all the questions. That took me a while because they're all dotted over the place, all different videos, and also had lots of DMs. So thank you for those who went to the time of going into Instagram and finding my account and sending me a DM. Thank you. So I will read some out to you. Might as well get started, hey? I've written them all down in my little book. So, how old am I? I am 39. I just recently turned 39. I was 39 in January. So next year is the big one. Yeah, it's just a number, isn't it? At the end of the day, can't do anything about it. Some people get a bit down about it. I'm like, it is what it is, you know, like you can't do anything about it. So yeah, next year I'm going to have a bit of more of a celebration than I would normally. I'm probably going to go out for a meal with friends. So maybe like a couple of meals with different friends, because I've got since having children, I've had quite a wide variety of friends. So many of my close friends from pre-kids will all meet up, you know, and then also maybe go out with the mummy friends from around here. So yeah, that's the plan, and then also go away, hopefully. Thinking about going to Copenhagen for my 40th, because it's in January. It'd be quite nice, be cold. The other place I quite like to go to is Amsterdam, so I'm sort of deciding between the two. Which one I prefer to do, but I definitely want to do Copenhagen at some point, and I always plan to do it for my 40th, so I think we probably might go with that, though I kind of got Amsterdam in my head. I quite like to go there. I'm actually, my nan was Dutch, so it would be quite nice to go there. I don't know why. I don't even know, like haven't seen her family for like years, so probably some of them since her funeral a few years ago, about 4 years ago. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be quite nice to go there. I don't know, something's drawing me there to go back. I have been there a couple of times before, but it was a very different holiday, shall we say, compared to what it would be now. So it was more clubbing and stuff like that. So my next question. So yeah, I'm 39. So how many children do I have? This will coincides with the next one, which is where do I live and who with. So I live in Horsham, West Sussex. Lived here for about 14 years. We have changed house. We lived in a flat and now we've moved to a house. We've been in the same house for about 11 years in West Sussex, in Horsham, and it's really, really nice, but we've outgrown it. We've outgrown it years ago. It's only 2 bedrooms, and the boys are only going to get bigger. It's fine for now. I think even if we had a 3 or 4 bedroom house, the boys would probably still share, but I would like to have a nice space, or even if we had a house with a garage, that would be fine. I just want a garage for storage so I can see stuff and get to stuff. Everything's up in the loft and it's a complete mess up there. But I do like our house now. I just would like something a little bit bigger, but we just can't afford it. We've looked at moving away, like more to the West Country, because we do like Somerset and sort of North, sort of Dorset, but I don't know, I'd quite like to stay around here. I do like it here. I don't think family would follow. I wouldn't expect them to either, so I don't know, there are cheaper places around here, so maybe we just look at sort of different areas, like half an hour sort of going towards my mum's is slightly cheaper, half an hour drive away, so it's still options. But yes, at the moment we live in Horsham, West Sussex. So I live with Darren, my partner. We've been together 17 years, so quite a long time. We're not married. We got engaged, I guess, about 8 or 9 years ago. But it was like we were sort of hadn't like rushed off. It was never going to be a big wedding anyway, but we never rushed off to go and like look at venues or anything like that. And so I was getting to the point where I'm thinking I'd quite like a child. So we spoke about it, and he preferred to have a child and go and get married straight away, just because we were getting like, early 30s. And yeah, so we had a child instead, and then another one. So yes, we have 2 boys. We have Sydney, who's nearly 7. He's 7 in less than 2 weeks, and Ralph, who's 3. He was 3 in October. He's a little live wire, but he's a little lovely cutie. And Sydney is a live wire. He's hard work, Sydney, but he's also really loving. So yeah, that's who I live with. Yeah, that's that question. I hope that's answered that. How long have I been doing on Slimming World? I think this was a YouTube question, but I didn't write down who it was from. I can't remember now. But how long, actually I think it might be, I've had 2 questions on that one. 2 people asked. So how long have I been on Slimming World? Well, this time I've been on it, let's give myself some tea. I thought it'd be quite a long one. So this time I've been on it. I joined, when did I join? I think it was like the 1st or 2nd of September. I think it's about 21, 22. I think I've got my weeks mixed up on my weigh-in days. I think I'm a week behind. So I think I'm actually a plus week. But I'm going to double check that for next week, and I'll amend that. So yeah, I started then, and it's been a long, slow process, but I've been on plan most of it. But there are occasions where it sort of just held me back, and I find exercise as well really slows my weight loss down. Great, because it's actually changing my body shape, so I'm not too worried. I've dropped dress size completely, and I'm getting closer to a size sort of 12 really, quite comfortably. So fingers crossed, lose another stone and I'll be a size 12 comfortably. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. So it's a very slow process. I did do Slimming World. I joined in August 2016. I went along with a friend, and I went on my own to begin with, and I was absolutely fine. And then I went away. Then I went along with a friend. She joined me, but then like one week she couldn't stay, and then I couldn't stay. It was a bit like we just never stayed to group, and it made a massive difference not staying to group. It really demotivated you. So if you go to group, stay to group. If you're paying for it, stay. If not, just do it online. There's no point paying to go and get step on some scales. I know some people it works for them doing that, but for me, I had to stay in the group. And I'm really enjoying it. I don't stay every week, but most weeks I do, and I've made some really lovely friends, who I think will probably be friends for life sort of thing. So that's quite nice. But yeah, I've been doing it since September this time. But yeah, I really love my consultant. I changed groups because I just didn't want to go in the evening, because I work a couple of evenings a week. I didn't want to go in the evening. I wanted to go a day one and get it out of the way. Whereas again, that's the other thing. Can't be bothered to go out when it's freezing cold. So that was my decision to find a morning session, and then one started up down the road, and I went along to that. So I really enjoy it. Yeah, I'm so glad I did it. I'm seeing it this time as a lifestyle rather than diet. So that for me is a massive thing. Not to see this as a diet and a quick fix, but like so many people do, and then it just goes wrong, which is where I have gone wrong in the past with other diets. Next question. What are my hobbies? I don't really have any hobbies. I've been trying to think of an answer for this, and I don't actually have any hobbies. Like food. I love exercise. I suppose that is my hobby, is my running and fitness. Doing HIIT workouts and sort of toning my body up that way. I'm not a dedicated runner. It takes a lot for me of effort to get my shoes on and go out on my own and go for a run. If I'm meeting someone, I can do it. It's fine. It's not a problem. But that's why I joined this running group as well that I do now on Tuesday, just so that it gets, it's a group. I haven't already paid for this one, but it's pay as you go. But it's just, it gets me out there, it gets me running. So yeah, I'm really glad I joined that. It makes a difference for me to run with people, or exercise with people for that fact. So yeah, I think exercise is probably one of the things that I enjoy mentally, not, it doesn't help my body physically, but it does help my body physically, but that's not the all be all and end all. It helps my body mentally. It helps me balance sort of me out, de-stress. But yeah, I don't really have it. I like shopping, but I don't have enough money to go shopping all the time. So it's mainly food shopping. It's not really the same, is it? I don't know, really. I'm quite a girly girl, I guess. I quite like doing my nails and stuff like that, but again, they're not really hobbies. There's nothing that I don't know. I'm not into crafts or anything like that. I'd like to do sewing. I haven't done it for years, but I'd like to do that again. Maybe that's something I can do once the kids are at school and I've got a bit, well, both kids are at school, then I've got a bit of time, but that's a little far way off yet. But yeah, I have to think of some hobbies because I need something to do. Next thing, have you tried an SP day? If so, how was it? Now, about Kerr on YouTube, they messaged me on this one, but I have actually replied to her direct. But I think it was for the Q&A, so I thought I'll answer it now. But yes, I have tried an SP day. I did a video on it a few weeks ago now, and I really enjoyed it. I felt really good afterwards, but didn't give me a massive weight loss, so I don't think it made much difference for me. Oh, I can hear a little knock at the door. Can you hear it? Hello?
Can I come in?
Oh, hang on a minute. It's just, can I have them to me? God, it's like, oh, they don't ever stop eating, do they, kids? Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I felt really good, but it didn't have a massive impact on my weight loss that week. It was 1.5 pounds that week, I think. I did 2 SP days. I would say I suppose that is quite a good weight loss for me, actually, because it is very slow, my weight loss. But I think in my mind I was expecting more. But my consultant, she says she does SP days and they just don't really have a massive impact on her either. So I think maybe just give me the carbs. I need the carbs. I much rather have a slow weight loss and enjoy the food. But I probably will. I'm going to really I was going to try and do it once a week, but I just forget. But I'm going to try and do once a week an SP day, just so that it just keeps me on. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. It might help in the long term as well. Just having that one day a week, having less carbs, like pasta and potatoes and that. So yeah, it wasn't a massive impact, but I did enjoy it. Where are we? Oh, Seren11, that was it, sorry. She asked, again she asked, but I think I might have answered, so I apologise, but I will include it on here. How do you avoid going over sins when you're stressed and really busy? I try to plan. So in the evenings, that's when my trigger time, should we say. It's usually sort of after lunchtime onwards. Once I get sort of the afternoon out of the way, I'm fine. And then once you have your dinner and you relax and you have a cup of tea or something, that's when my trigger is. So I plan what I'm save some sins for then. If I don't have any sins, that's when I think, oh, blow it. But I don't. I've become so much better at not having like a big splurge of food. I will plan what I'm going to have. My favourite thing for the last 2 weeks, and most nights, literally, I think probably 9 out of 10 times I've had, is 2 hi-fi bars and Muller Light, the Greek style yogurt, the coconut and vanilla one, or something, some sort of yogurt. And I just dip the hi-fi bars in that and eat them and dip it again in that. And then I just finish off the yogurt. And that is like satisfying for me. I try to use it as my healthy extra B, but if I don't, it's 6 sins, it's fine. So yeah, that is my plan. Obviously on when I'm doing a SP day, I won't be able to do that, but I could use quark and then use some of the options, or I think you can use a skinny syrup on an SP day. But yeah, I know some people do, so I could just put a bit of that in the quark, just to sort of sweeten it up to go with the hi-fi bars. So yeah, definitely recommend doing that. It's a nice little evening snack. I just got used to it. I used to save my sins for a Ripple, but they're 8.5 sins now, so they're a bit higher than they used to be because they changed them. But I do have one now and again. If I haven't had any since, I do treat myself to have one. They are really nice. Or a curly whirly, that sort of thing. Put it in the fridge and then break it up. It's really nice. So I think for me, it is about planning what I'm gonna have something in the evening. Because if I don't, I will go over my sins because I'll have something that I haven't planned for and it goes a bit wrong. I hope that answers that one. Where are we going? Katie SW. Now, Katie SW, bless her, she's asked me a few questions, so I'm going to start with this one first. What, if any, other diet or eating plans have you tried before Slimming World? What haven't I tried? I think you did actually a video yourself, didn't you, Katie, on this? Pretty much every diet. I've tried Atkins, I've tried the 5-2, the Hay diet, the South Beach diet, the cabbage soup diet. What was the other one? Lemon and maple syrup and paprika. Fruit diet, we just eat fruit and then just have a dinner. I tried that when I was like 12 or 13. I can't believe, I used to do that. It's just affected, and I look back at photos and think, God, I wish I was that skinny. Why did I even think I was fat? It's ridiculous. But you just have one comment or something, and I can't even remember what it is, but that affects you for the rest of your life, and you think that. And that's what's affected me. I did Weight Watchers. I've done Weight Watchers lots of times. The first time I did it, I went to group. I think Weight Watchers are really good, but I just got fed up of counting the points. That was the problem. I know we had the sins on Slimming World, but I got fed up of weighing the pasta and weighing the potato. That's what I got fed up with. It might have changed now, but I just wanted to try something different. The first time I did it, I did really well, and then I went back to eating normally. I've learnt that mistake. I will never ever do that again, but I've never got back down to where I was. I think I got down to 9.5 stone then, and I was doing exercise, but I wasn't doing the weights that I was doing. I think my target is 10.5 stone, which I think was my pre-pregnancy weight actually, but I think I could get, or just slightly under my pre-pregnancy weight. I think I could probably get down maybe to 10 stone and be that 9.5 stone, size 10, but more toned. I think because of the muscle, I think you know what I'm getting at, but that's what I think. I think the muscle will the science behind it, muscle weighs more than fat and all that. I think I will be that size at 10 stone, but my target is 10.5. Just incorporating the exercise, continuing the diet. I probably could get there a lot quicker if I didn't incorporate as much exercise, possibly. I don't know. But I want to tone up. I want my body shape to change, and that's what it's doing. So, but yeah, I have tried every diet. So Weight Watchers I've done offline so many times. It's ridiculous, really. The 5-2 diet, that was quite good actually, and it worked a little bit, but I got fed up of starving myself most of the time. I just like my food, and it's only 2 days of the week, it just but it did work. It's worked for friends, and it's good for the health long term apparently. So there's so many things, isn't there, you can do, so many things. But for me, I feel so comfortable now in Slimming World. I'm seeing this as a lifestyle change, not a diet. So I think that helps. It was like food. I've always cooked food from scratch. Hang on a minute. The little battery things came up. Still got a little while, so okay. I think the whole I've cooked meals from scratch and that all the time. I can't remember the last time I bought a packet jar of something. I do buy them now and again, very rarely. But it's more for, say, for the kids quickly, like a quick meal, like if we've been out all day and they need something quick, I just have a spare jar in the cupboard. But for myself, I make everything from scratch, always have done. So that was never an issue. It was just the snacking round meal times, really. So yeah, I hope that's answered that. Katie, yes, every diet. I mean, who hasn't really? Who hasn't? Um, da, 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 da. Oh, Sue Hayward Alts Arts. Hi, Sue. Have you always been active and am I doing body magic? Now, I think I have actually already answered this. We had a little conversation, didn't we? But I thought actually this is quite a good question too, because someone did ask a similar one. Have I always done running and that? So this sort of coincides with that. Yes, I have always done running. Before I was even with Darren, he got me into it. And yes, I think I signed up to like a 5K race, and I wanted to run the whole way through it round, and I did. And then I signed up to another 5K race the following year. There's a lot more races now that you can sign up for since I started running. I've done the Great South Run, really enjoyed that, did my best friend. I've done quite lots of runs actually, some I've done with friends, some I've done on my own, and so I have always been active. Looking at me, you wouldn't think it, but as Joe Wicks says, I love Joe Wicks. I really love Joe Wicks. I actually did. That's the other diet. I haven't put that down. That was not a diet. For me, that was more about exercise. I did the Joe Wicks diet. Oh my god, the volume of food! But it was again Wayne's stuff, and I just wanted to enjoy food. I wasn't enjoying it. I went off spinach for about 3 months after I did that. I just found it too much spinach. But for me, the exercise has made a massive impact on me with regards to HIIT training. I mean, I did boot camp after I had Sydney, and I did that for about 1.5 or 2 years before I fell pregnant with Ralph, and that was all HIIT. That is all HIIT workouts, and I'm doing that again now. So I really enjoy HIIT workouts, and when I did Body Coach, which I did in 2015 maybe. Yeah, I think 2015. I did that for 3 months. I just couldn't finish it. It was just too much food, too much spinach, too much green stuff. And I eat loads of veg, but it was just like, I'm sick of spinach. But the exercise is really good, and I have learnt so much from it. So, and I just love him. He's just beautiful. I followed him right from the beginning, really, and he's just brilliant. Really enthusiastic about exercise and how he wants to help people and that. He's got massive now. His following and everything is just massive. He's got a whole business and he's done so well. Actually, a friend of mine, her brother-in-law, I think it's her brother-in-law, or no, her sister-in-law, did his boot camps before he was famous, and yeah, just went along to the boot camps, and he was really good. He used to do them in, like, I think Sutton Park, not far from here. So yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah, I love Joe. I do like Joe Wicks' HIIT, so I do a lot of his YouTube ones. So if you want to do some exercise, check out his YouTube account, and there's some beginners HIIT sessions, and they're like 10-15 minutes, and sit and watch it first, and then get dressed and go and do it, and it's like literally 15 minutes of your life a day, you know, and you can do that 3-4 times a week, and it just really increases your fitness. And I do, like, if I'm not doing boot camp, I'll do 3 of his workouts a week, and it's a massive, you just notice the difference. If I don't do them, which I went for a long time of not doing them, I just did them like once a week or once a fortnight, my body shape changed completely. So I'm trying to go. If I don't do boot camp, sign up for the next 6 weeks, or I might just do pay as you go. I will probably just do those sort of in between those exercises, just so that it keeps me going. But yeah, these 25-minute ones are really good. Enough about Joe Wicks. KTSW also asked, this is sort of like a double question. So what do I do for a living? What do I do for a living? And I'll answer the next part of the question in a minute. So I have a business, which I'll tell you my background. So basically, I worked for a big corporate company, credit card company, a big American credit card company. I worked in the travel side of it, and then I moved into projects, still part of the travel side of it. And I did that for quite a couple of years, and after coming back from maternity leave with Sydney, I been in projects. I knew this was coming. After 9 months of being back with him, my job was on consultation. So because it was a massive global restructuring of the business, we had a long time to wait. So it was 12 weeks consultation. So I had to wait 12 weeks to confirm it. I knew it was going to go. And then after that, I had to serve my 12 weeks notice. But by then, my manager was just like, just work 1 day a week. 1 day a week from home is fine. I come in the office every now and again. Yeah, I worked for that company for 15 years. I absolutely loved it. I could have stayed. I didn't want to stay. There was other jobs for me. It just wasn't my job. It wasn't a job similar to it. It was going back to doing what I was doing before, which by all means isn't beneath me at all. It's just a lot harder than when I did it, and I just thought I don't want that stress anymore. I didn't want that kind of stress of sales. I love the project side of it. I love, doing different things each day. This was very sale, and the targets were very different to when I did it. So yeah, I decided to leave. I'd had enough of the journey because it was in Brighton. I absolutely loved my job there, and I was gutted, absolutely gutted, but I expected it. I knew it was happening, and I always wanted to be made redundant. I always wanted the redundancy. I had the option when we moved offices and a relocation. I didn't have to stay. I stayed on to help out, and then a job came up in projects. I think as well at the same time I knew I wanted to have a baby as well, so I didn't really want to leave a good secure job and find something else and then really want a baby more. So yeah, I think that's why I stayed and moved into projects. This job came up, which is what I always wanted to do. So I left there in 2013, so it's quite a while ago now. It's just flown by. And I had a job with White Stuff. I had a job with a really lovely hotel. Worked in their restaurant as like a meet and greet. Just not very well paid jobs, but I enjoyed them. It was just something, I had to do something. And then I wasn't pregnant with Ralph at the time, but I decided just before I was pregnant with Ralph to start a business. So I thought, let's have another baby. Oh, well, we hadn't decided then to have another baby, but let's start a business. It's something I decided when I was pregnant with Sydney, or on maternity leave, I should say, with Sydney. I wanted to start up a kidswear business, but I never had the money or anything to do it, so I never really pursued it. So I set up a kidswear business called Sydney Boo. My Instagram tag is Sydney Boo 1. There's SIDNEY Boo 1. I set it up, and I've been doing it for 4 years. It's 4 years in a couple of weeks. 4 weeks tomorrow, actually. 4 years tomorrow, sorry. And it's just flown by, and I absolutely love it. I have actually quietened down at the moment. I'm kind of going to do like a little rebrand, I think, with it. And maybe choose different brands. I've sort of decided to have a little break from it. Still, the business is running. I'm still selling stuff. I have a massive sale on at the moment. But I want to sort of look at different brands because I'm fed up of selling the bigger brand, independent brands they are. I want to choose some different ones that just a bit different. There's so many kidswear stores at the moment online, especially on Instagram, selling the same old stuff, and I just didn't want to be. It's just so hard at the moment. So that's why I'm completely honest. It's really hard. So if you're thinking of setting up a kidswear business, do your research because it's very, very hard. It's flooded in Instagram. I don't sell via Instagram. I mean, I do, but I sell mainly on my website. So yeah, I'll put the tag for it below if any of you've got kids or interested or know people that would be interested. But yeah, that's what I do at the moment. And I also have another job which is just working down a little shop down the road. It's like a convenience store, but it's a family run under a certain name, independent business, convenience store. Money is not that great, but I enjoy it. I did it when I was on maternity leave. No, actually I was doing some other stuff when I was on maternity leave with Ralph. I had the business as well. But when he was like in the early days, in fact I never had maternity leave, what am I about? I was at White Stuff at the time, so I had a year off from White Stuff, even though I only worked 4 hours a week. But then I needed to do something for my sanity, and then this job came up, so I went for it. and I work 2 evenings a week. I just wanted to get out of the house. I also work every Saturday as well, so it's a bit of a shame because it's away from my family, but the way I'm looking at it is that it's a short-term thing. Ralph he'll be doing like 3 long days come September, so I'm going to have a lot more time. I can either pick up some more hours, or I am actually going to start looking for so we should say a proper job, sort of more like an admin-y role, which just pays a little bit more money, and then maybe something that I can increase the hours as and when he goes to school. But at the moment I'm fine there. I just would like a bit more money, really, just, so we're a little bit more comfortable, but we'll see what is around. But yeah, I've also got the business as well to think about, so yeah, that's it. The other question that followed from that, is it my dream job? In fact, neither of them my dream job. The business I absolutely love, but I wouldn't say it's my dream job. I had to think about this, and I don't actually know what my dream job would be. Although I did think a blogger would be good. If I was good at writing blogs, then maybe a blogger. And you get to write about your different travels, and maybe a travel blogger. That's it. I could be a food blogger. I'm quite good at food. I quite enjoy food. I can eat that. But a travel blogger would be amazing, wouldn't it? Going on these nice stays away. So yeah, maybe that. I really don't know. I don't know what I always wanted to do. I mean, to me, it's not so much the money thing. It's more so much the enjoyment of a job. I like to work where I don't feel like I'm working. Does that make sense? That would be my dream job, where I don't feel I'm working, but I am working. But yeah, the convenience store is definitely not my dream job, but it's a good job to have while I've got a young family. And the shop, I love it, but it's really hard work for not a lot of money. So yeah, neither of them are my dream job, Kate, but yeah, I want a job where I don't have to feel like I'm working. That would be my dream job. I did have the last question, and I can't remember who this was. This was an Instagram one, so I didn't actually write any of the names of the Instagram one, so I do apologise. But my top 3 Slimming World tips. So, plan. Doesn't necessarily have to plan your meals, so I don't really plan my meals. I have an idea roughly in my head, and I buy stuff, and then I plan through the day, at the beginning of the day, what we're going to have for dinner that day or the next day. So planning. I also think planning when you're going out for the day. Like this week I'll be going out with the boys at some point. I will take some stuff for them because they literally, as soon as we get out of the car, I'm hungry, or get in the car, I'm hungry. That's what I get all day. So I literally take stuff for them. So I do always buy stuff. Plus I think it's really expensive to eat out at these farms, or we're members of National Trust, but it is expensive to eat in these places. It's alright, like I don't mind buying the kids an ice cream or buying a coffee or something, but to sit down there and buy 3 lunches, 2 kids' lunches, which is probably nearly £10, and then my lunch, which would be completely off plan, and would cost me about £6 or £7. So I do always take stuff, or we go out before lunch for a few hours and then come back and have lunch here. It depends really. So that is planning. If I'm going out and I know I'm going to be going out, and I know like I'm going to eat out, like a jacket potato, baked beans or something, I will also then take a hi-fi bar or an apple, something that I know that I will then eat. So I slightly fill up, but then I know that I make the right food choice afterwards. Number two would be watch YouTube videos. That is brilliant. Like, continue to search for new accounts that you love to follow. Start your own. If you're confident. I feel I have changed since I've started doing my videos. I feel a little bit more confident. I still struggle. Like, I'm sitting here and I get nervous and waffle, and I just carry on waffling. So I apologise, but yeah, I am much more confident than I was, say, about 2 months ago doing this. So yeah, do it, but at least watch the videos, and then maybe just do one, or put it on private so no one can see it, but at least you're doing it for your record. It just gets things off your chest. And 3, stay to the meetings. If you are going joined a meeting, stay. If you're doing it with someone, like I know, like the Budget Slimmers, I know Kath, you do it at home, and so you don't have the meeting, but you do have Laura's supports, and I know there's a couple of other accounts that do that similar, or they go to group together. So I think that really helps. Darren is one of those people that doesn't need to do Slimming World. He can eat whatever he wants. He actually wants to put on half a stone. I'm like, I just want to lose 2. So yeah, I think if you belong to a group and you can stay to the group as much as you can, then stay, because it does make a difference. But and you get so many ideas from people. I learnt new things this week from group that I didn't think, which I'm going to try. So yeah, it definitely helps. We also have a Facebook group, our groups, which I think most of them do now, and that's really handy. You get newbies that put in their meals, is it okay, and you can help them. And then you can also get meal ideas, or if you're going somewhere, you can plan. There was a lady recently who was doing she's away this weekend with the beavers, and she taken all her meals and she planned and everything. So yeah. Oh, hang on, I can hear a little knock. Hang on, we have another knock. I don't know who that was or who was knocking. I don't know. So yeah, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the questions. I think I've answered all of them. There was a lot of duplicate ones, so I hope I sort of answered all of them, that I can think of. But yeah, thank you for everyone that left messages, who sent me DMs or messages and left comments below. If you have any other questions, probably won't do another Q&A, but if you have anything you want to ask, pop them in the comments box below, or anything you want to comment on. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to get more updates. I'm going to do another what I eat in a day. I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. I didn't get time today, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. But it might not get on till Wednesday, what with it being half term. I hope you're having a great week. Thank you again, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye.